Hi everybody, it's Mary the Craft Hoarder, and I'm here with my first official Gina's Designs design team project. Yay! What I have is a configuration or shadow box project, and what I used to make it was her Bagatelle box starter kit, and I absolutely love how it turned out. The boxes that you get, there are 6 different style of boxes, and you get 2 of each size. The boxes do come unassembled, and so you put them together. They're so easy. You put them together with any liquid glue of your choice. And actually, I did leave the back unfinished, just so I could show you. I will just be putting a piece of paper that I already have cut and ready to go, just to finish it off, because I wasn't sure exactly where I was going to be standing this. So you can see it's all just a tongue and groove, and it goes so easy to put together. I think I was on Skype and I had all of my boxes put together within an hour, and that was with chatting. And then you can adhere them any way you want. Just because I have them put together in this arrangement does not mean that you need to. So the possibilities are endless on what you can put together with them. And for this box here, I just simply used the Scotch Quick Dry glue and have not had a problem with it. After I had it together, I gessoed the whole thing. I gave it a couple of coats because at this point I wasn't really sure what I was going to be doing with it. And it actually just kind of sat on my shelf for a little bit. And then when the Couture paper line came up from Graphic 45, I knew exactly with what Gina had in her store that would be the perfect fit for this box. I'm not a sewer. I can sew craft items, and that would be my sewing, my skills. Even though, you know what, I've got 2 sewing machines, a serger and a regular one, but that's just how it goes. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here in this corner. As you can see, I use Graphic 45 paper again, the Couture line. I used the 8x8 stack and then the 6x6. The 6x6 is more of the solid and pattern, and that's where like this one came from. I think I did use the 2 here out of that pack, but that's also in the 8x8. So in this corner, what I did after it was painted, this color here, this turquoise bluish color, is actually Lindy Stamp Gang. It's the Tiffany blue or whatever that color is, because I thought it went well with the paper. So I just took a paintbrush actually and just brushed it on. So here, I'm sorry, I'm fighting a cold. I've been poorly the last few days, and I do have a Halls in my mouth to try and counteract that cough. It's the tropical fruit one. It's my first time. It's pretty delicious. Anyway, so we have hinges, and I will have some still pictures at the end of this so you can all see better. But there are some hinges, and I'm just going to quickly turn. And these are from the hinge shape set. You get so many different hinges and different sizes and different styles. I have 3 on the box. I have 1 here, 1 up here, and 1 down here. All the silver that you see is from Stampin' Up. It's just they're Stampin' Up, and I think it's silver. So I just embossed it and then glued them on. This is a frame from the Filigree frame set. Filigree frames shape set, and you get several different sizes. This one was actually a longer rectangle. I didn't need it that big because I just wanted to showcase this little image from the paper collection. I've always loved that image. So I just cut it in half, again embossed, and then just adhered it with Glossy Accents. This up here, these vials, This one, it actually it was from ButterBeeScraps. It had the watch parts in it, but I needed the vial, so the watch parts are in a little baggie. And I had these two I've gotten from a swap, and then I just filled them with different seed beads that would match the paper collection. There is one of the doilies from the doily box sew set. The doily box sew set, it is primarily what I used on here, if I didn't mention that. You get, I believe there's 9 different doilies, and I think it's 3 different styles, and then you get 9 different chip piece sets. So the sewing machine, the scissors, this frame, the needle, the zipper, and I believe this little dress form, and there's actually a button under there too, are all part of the doily box. So it also comes with a box, which I have right here. So you would kind of, sorry, it's still in the paper, sorry about the glare. You would put the box together and you could use it. But when I saw the shapes, I knew I wanted it for this. So we will do something else with the box. Okay. And the reason, I'll let you in a little secret, the reason I had to have this doily here, I had a flower collection up there and I didn't like it. And yeah, silly me, hot glue rips paper. So we needed to cover it up. So I just inked it so the white wouldn't show through, and we covered up our little mistake. This square here, the little buttons, I shouldn't say buttons. It came as part of a button collection, I believe, from Joann's years ago. So I just took thread and wrapped them around to make little thread spools. The sewing machine, excuse me, I actually used my black Yui, and I just used my heat gun. So I put embossing ink on it, put the black Yui on it. It works wonderful. I do that quite a bit with Yui versus pulling out the melting pot. And then the gold is actually from Dreamweaver. It's their modeling paste. And all I did is I used it more like as a rub and buff, because I don't have any rub and buff. And then I just took my heat gun again and reheated it to kind of give more of that antique look. The flowers are basically, I got them from their Wild Orchid Crafts, which I got from Gisela at Lavish Laces, or they're from Julie at Craft Supplies 1. And some of the colors, some of the flowers I did color with some of the Lindy sprays. These lovely ladies here, these are new and they're not in the store yet. These are made of wood and they will not be available in the store until January of 2014. So keep checking back at the store, because I'm telling you, Gina is coming out with some fabulous products, and all of us girls on the design team cannot wait to start working with them and sharing them with all of you. The needle, again, that's from the box set. The mirror here is from the Parisian shape set. It does come in 2 pieces, so I was able to emboss the glass. And then the handle is just inked with 3 different shades of brown ink. And then once that was dry, I used my Glossy Accents on it. And then I just fussy cut a lady from the paper line. I left this one just kind of empty. And you don't have to fill all your boxes when you do shadow boxes. It's totally up to you, your choice. Some of them I did just leave empty for, just interest. Over here again, this one is just a piece of one of the images that's more fussy cut from the collection, and one of my actual bobbins. And then the scissors is embossed with Stampin' Up's silver, and then this black is Tim Holtz, the stress, the black soot. I did not take it and knock the granules off. I just kind of liked how it was, and just to kind of give a contrast from the more of the metallics and the high gloss of the sew. And then that was just a brad for my collection. That was a thimble that I sacrificed for my box. This one here is just the paper, and then the bling is actually from Martha Stewart that, oh geez, I've had for a while. the metal piece here, and there is a metal piece that is laying on the floor here of this box. The metal piece, and there's a little shoe down here that was a charm, and I just kind of cut the end piece off of the back piece of the shoe. Those metal pieces are from ButterBeeScraps, and I just love her stuff as well, and it just goes so well with Gina's. It just complements it so well. Then this one here, this is just a zipper. There are two pieces. I did kind of put a little bit of black in with the silver just to give it a little bit more contrast. And then this lovely lady here is a, she does come on a stand, you know, similar to these, but I just wasn't feeling it in there, and I couldn't get a good grip on her to adhere her into the box properly, so I chopped off the stand and I attached her to one of the chipboard buttons that I covered with the part of the paper, and then we did a flow arrangement, and I have a pin, and then of course that's the Prima ruler from their wood collection, and then this is just a piece of paper from the paper line and some flowers, and I think I have hit everything. Oh, and as far as this sew, this is probably the third or fourth color that he ended up being. At first, he was a lighter color. I didn't kind of like it. When it was hot, it flipped over on a paper towel. So yeah, it stuck. I had to reheat it, scrape it off. Did another color. I liked it, but I was like, oh, let me play around with maybe some shading. Then I hated it. Scraped that all off, and we ended up with that color. So, oh, and this lace piece, I'm sorry, I don't remember where I got that from. But no warpage, no breakage. It's, you know, you can do a lot with chipboard. And chipboard's great. As you can see, it gives enough pop on dimensions, and it's flat enough that you can use in layouts or on cards, on tags. So it's great items to work with, and you can see they're very versatile. Okay, and I think that's pretty much all my little boxes. Oh, and this one here, this is just, I took cardstock, folded it in half, and then just wrapped some surprise fabric I had in my stash to make like the bolts of fabric that you find at a fabric store. And I think that pretty much sums it up. If you have any questions, just leave something in the comments below. And again, I will have all the links to Gina's products, with the exception of these lovely ladies up here, because they're not available yet. So they'll take you right to that section in her store. Okay, that's it. See you next time. Bye.